All right, NYPD has recruited New York State troopers and National Guards to crack down and target fare beaters. That's what this is about. So I'm letting y'all know what time it is. So don't go down there in that subway thinking it's like back in the 80s, 90s, or the early 2000s. None of that. Because they got plainclothes down there. They brought back stop and frisk in a slick way. Don't play games. Sit back, enjoy the ride. After this, I'm going to show you a news report on it so you can understand what's happening, so you know how serious this is. So those of y'all getting ready, come to New York, already in New York. Don't say you don't know, because Unique Mecca Audio bring you all the news that you need to survive on the streets. All right? You know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. Check it out. They brought back stop and frisk in a real slick way. So don't say you didn't know, man. I bring you what you need to survive. Like I brought y'all about Haiti. Make sure y'all watch those videos on Haiti so you know what's going on with our family members and our brothers and sisters, you know, nieces and nephews, aunts and grandmothers down there in Haiti. I'm Jamaican, you know, but they're still my brothers, just like they still your brothers and sisters and family members down there. So don't say you wasn't warned. Watch these videos, man. I've been on some really bringing y'all the news so you understand. I'm going to get back to the new prison stories this week, the hood stories. I got a couple of lover dog stories for this week. But go back and watch the previous videos until I get back into my groove, because I've been, you know, dealing with a lot of things with my mother. She's out the rehab. So, you know, everything is going to be back to normal. So let's get this thing popping, man. All right? So now I'm going to show you, you know, the news article so that you know what time it is. All right? So let me take me off. We're going to get this thing going and show you what time it is. All right?
One after another after another. With the dozens of fare beaters, our cameras caught jumping the turnstile or walking through the emergency exit to avoid paying, you'd almost think the subway is free. But not paying still comes at a cost, especially for this man. Plainclothes officers arrest him at the Utica Avenue station after saying he had a bench warrant for a robbery in Queens in November. The NYPD is on the lookout for fare evaders because they say it prevents violent crimes from happening.
The city has bigger fish to fry when it comes to, you know, fare evasion and fare beaters. But this particularly goes beyond that.
Right. As I just told the team that's going out there today, it may look like a low-level crime, and it may start out that way. But reducing the amount of people who come into the system without paying is ultimately reducing felony crime. Because these are going to be your people who are going to have guns, they're going to have knives, they're going to push people on the tracks.
They're looking for transit recidivists, those who repeatedly commit crimes in the transit system. And chances are, the NYPD says, they're not paying their fare before committing the crime.
We recover multiple firearms from engaging individuals for theft of service. On top of that, we encounter hundreds of people with active warrants.
Of the 3 people arrested Thursday night, all had warrants.
Once a person jumps the turnstile, police will then look them up on their phone to see if they have a criminal history, which is happening right now, and he is being arrested.
From the palm of their hands, police run the person's name through the system and are immediately notified if they're dealing with a recidivist. The NYPD says it's not looking to single out riders who can't afford to pay. This man who was nabbed was sporting a Moncler jacket and Gucci bag, a designer outfit worth a few $1,000s. But by not paying the $2.90 fare, he put himself in the spotlight. He had a warrant and was in possession of this pepper spray. Off to the precinct he went to get processed. Not everyone who is stopped is put in handcuffs, though.
You never know. Maybe this person is a runaway, needs help. We could offer them services. We're not looking to put those people in jail. We're looking for the recidivist.
If the person does not have a violent history and not in need of services, a civil summons is usually issued.
All right, so that's what it is. So you can't say you didn't know and no one told you. I'm breaking it down so y'all understand exactly what's going on, man. They found a slick way to bring back stop and frisk. They even brought in the New York State troopers and the National Guards, all right? They're using the fare beaters you know, to crack down on violent crime. Sounds like a slick plan, but y'all put in the comments what you think about them bringing in the New York State Troopers and the National Guards to crack down on fare beaters. See, now once they got probable cause to stop you from not paying your fare to get on the train and go through the turnstile, now they could ask you for your ID, they could search you, they could do what they want to do to you because you broke a simple summons. Normally, it'll just be a ticket as they showed you in the video so you could go through. But this is how they brought stop and frisk back. Now, you trying to beat the fare for $2.90 and it turns into all it is. You get a summons, you pay a couple of $100. So pay your fare, man. It's $2.90, you know? And, you know, if you got a warrant, that pops up. Pay your fare. It's $2.90. If you got something that you ain't supposed to have that you might just be having for your protection, like some mace on your key ring or a knife, pay your fare. It's definitely not worth it. They got plainclothes officers down there in the subway right now looking for fare beaters. So when you going through the turnstile and you see somebody dressed in regular clothes, look just like me, bucket hat, dark glasses, chilling, you think that it's just another, you know, Patreon, you know? But then come to find out, it's the NYPD, and then they got the state troopers lurking in the back. They call them, all them surround you. Now you got to show your ID. You know, you got to be searched. Your property got to be searched, and you go through all of that. Fare jumping is a low-level crime, but that gives them a chance, you know, to give people, you know, to search to see if you have a warrant. Now they pull out their cell phone and they go through the cell phone and put your name in and your information, and then it comes up that you got an old ticket you didn't pay, or old DWI, you know, old robbery charge, you know, even a jaywalking charge. Now you get hauled off all because you didn't pay your $2.90, right? NYPD feel the people that are jumping the turnstile are the ones that are committing the crimes because they're the ones that's down there, and they feel like it's minimum police down there in the first place. That's why they didn't pay their fare, because they say, ain't never no police there, so I can just do what I got to do. Why I got to pay my fare, you know? And, you know, that's how they catch you with all that. Now, NYPD is finding guns, drugs, and, you know, people with warrants, all that from people that are trying to jump the train. Come on, dog. Pay your fare to go through the train, and don't go down there and cause any problems because it's not worth it. We ain't trying to lose you. That's what this video is about. Now, the NYPD feel that most of the people that are committing the crimes are the ones that's not paying their fare. So pay your fare, go through the turnstile, and don't have to worry about getting stopped. All they want is their money. It's all about money. Because when you get the ticket and then you go to court, they're going to break it down to something minimum or whatever. And don't go down there when you stop acting like no tough guy. I suggest you act like a goofy. You know, y'all laugh all you want because, you know, the rat bastards look for something to say. But I'm letting you know now. You act like a goofy, right? You get pulled over by the police down there and you be like, oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't know, you know, I'm from out of town. And, you know, and you play like you scared to death. Always let them feel like you fear them. If they feel you fear them, that take down their defenses. So don't say, yeah, I didn't jump the train. I'm big bag unique from uptown and woo woo woo. They don't want to hear all that. As soon as you do that, their chests go out, and then now they want to get into a chest bumping match. So you get pulled over by the police. My suggestion to you is play a goofy. You know, then you're going to get the rat bastards, put it up on YouTube and say that, you know what I mean? Oh, look at him. He's supposed to be this. He's supposed to be that. But when you're dealing with the law, that's when you put on your best goofy face. If you put on your tough guy and you talk to him and all that, I see them on YouTube where people get pulled over and they talking and they telling them stuff like, you know, nah, I ain't got to show you my ID. I mean, I know my constitutional rights. Man, that just leads to more and more. You know ain't nothing wrong. Play a goofy and just show your joint and say, man, I'm sorry, officer. I didn't know. I apologize if I did something wrong. That's how you deal with them. So don't say that no one told you this, because I'm telling you, you play a goofy, they let you go. You play a goofy, they're more lenient with you. You go in there playing a tough guy, it don't work. All right? It don't work. They might not have taught you this in school, at the house, in the hood, but I'm teaching this on Unique Mecca Audio. Police pull you over, man. Play a goofy. They want to make all of us look like a goofy anyway. They got their body cams on, so you don't want to go through the arguing and all that with them, because you're not going to lose when you go into court, because they're going to say that the weight of the evidence go more towards the arresting officer because of his credibility. So no matter what you say, the weight of the officer is going to go more towards him because of his credibility. So the best thing to do is play a goofy. A goofy. You know what I mean? Don't just, play a goofy. This is where you do your best acting, when they pull you over, because it's definitely not worth it. They done figured out how to bring back stop and frisk. They even brought the National Guards, the state troopers, because they expect to have dudes want to, fight with them and argue with them. And you do all that fighting and argue, you wind up in the police station. They let you go for what they brought you in for, But then now you got a new charge for threatening an officer, resisting arrest, and all this other stuff. So just play a goofy, man. All right, that's what I'm saying. Now, let me tell you how it was back in the day. Back in the day, we used to just go to the subway. No one paid to go to the subway. It was only 50 cents. And they gave us a little round token that looked like a quarter. It was no bigger than a bottle cap. You know what I mean? Looked like a quarter. And you just drop that in and you go to the style. But we ain't want to pay for that crap. We just walked on in there. But now with technology and everything going on and all these new laws, what you can and can't conceal, and, they sell mace all on the street corners. They sell them in the store, but then you get arrested with it. Now they want to give you a summons if they choose to. But if you play goofy, you got mace, you got a knife, they're going to let you go because they say he's a goofy, he need to hold on to it. And don't worry about what nobody else say. Just play a goofy, man. They try to make us look goofy. Remember, these officers 9 times out of 10 is the ones that was getting picked on in school, and they was the goofies in school. So this is how they get back on us, by sticking their chest out, step out the car, hands on the ground, get on the floor, put your baby down. They do all that because when we was in school, we smacked them around. Now they got the upper hand. So being that they know what a goofy is, you act like a goofy. You play a goofy when they stop you. I remember being in the subway, right? Let's ride. All right. I remember being in the subway, and you might see somebody run by and grab somebody's purse, jump through over the train tracks, jump on the other side and run out the other side, and nobody even looked to go at them. By the time the person that get robbed, call the police or get to a payphone, because we didn't have cell phones, and there was nobody there to record the joint when it was happening. When this went on, they just ran out the train station, they got away with your stuff, But now, you have, and they didn't even care back then. That's why it wasn't a lot of police, because it was only us going through the train then, you know what I mean? The Europeans, when they was down in Midtown, nobody really went down there with the Brooklyn dudes, because you already know the Brooklyn dudes got hard as steel. And, that's why they go down to 42nd Street. They do what they do. When they go down there 9 times out of 10, they wind up getting caught after a while if they don't get caught at that time. Because they protect downtown, but don't protect uptown, and don't protect, our hoods where we at in our train stations. Well, you ain't going in their train stations doing nothing. You see, when they first brought the National Guard and the state troopers in, the first place they went is Grand Central Station. That's where the tourists is going through. So they protecting the tourists. But where was they at on 116th Street? Where was they at in Brownsville? Where was they at, in Baisley? They're not there. Because it's not about us, it's about the money that's coming in. They want the money to feel safe coming in. So play a goofy and get away. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, when you come, you're supposed to be a tough guy, you're supposed to do this, do that. Nah, man, you put on your best acting. Everybody texting me saying they want to be a part of my movie. Show me you know how to act. Show me on the body cam that you played a goofy. You know what I mean? And you got a part in the movie. Because I know you gangster, but I know that you just playing the goofy, because that's how you get out the situation. You have to play your best acting role of your life when these Europeans pull you over. Because like I said, these are the ones that was getting bullied by people that look like you and me. Is this making any sense to you? Oh, you understand the words that are coming out my mouth? So don't get pulled over by the police on the highway and talk tough, talk crazy. You don't want to do none of that, because you do any of that when they pull you over, and you better believe the first thing they're going to do is throw you in the back of the police car, rough you up, create a charge, and now, you know, you wasn't speeding, you know, there's nothing wrong with the malfunctioning of your car, your lights was working, your brake lights were working, everything was working. But now you're in this thing and they charge you for threatening, terroristic threat, violence, you know, they charge you for resisting arrest. And if you play the goofy, say, you know, I mean, I'm so sorry, you know, I'm just a goofy, you know, I was just, you know, going through the turnstile, I didn't realize I had to pay, you know, they look at you like you stupid, and you keep that stupid look on your face, and you be like, oh, well, I'm sorry, officer, it won't happen again, and they be like, man, get the hell out of here, you know, and feel like they'll kick you in the ass. They go home and tell their wife, yeah, I had to stop this dude. You know, I had him so scared, this and that. And they telling their wife all these tough stories when they wife already know that they've been getting picked on and bullied all their lives. So when you get pulled over by those police, my suggestion to you, play a goofy. You know who you are. So you don't have to tell them who you are. Because once they know that you's a gangster and you watch a gangster channel, now they got an issue with you. Because 9 times out of 10, if they wasn't cops, you already know they'll be rat bastards. Because they scared to death to be around us. But respect the law and play a goofy is all I'm saying. Man, I'm sorry, officer, I'm from out of town. I didn't know any better. Or from uptown, I didn't know that downtown they had the state troopers down here in Grand Central Station. I didn't mean to violate anything. I'm sorry, you won't worry about me. It won't happen again. As a matter of fact, I won't even bring my black ass back down here to Grand Central Station. You let me go, officer. You know, be a goofy. Because, you know, everybody say, oh, you got to teach the kids at home, you know, how to act when the police stop them. So Unique Mecca Audio teaches you because they feel like they're not being taught at home. Play a goofy. Don't worry about the clowns putting it up on YouTube that, you know, you were playing a goofy or whatever. Don't worry about your friends laughing at you when they with you. You know what I mean? You know, or they see you down there when it went on. Just play a goofy. That's it. They don't need to know who you are because they're not in your world. But don't argue with the police. Don't stick your chest out with the police. Don't be disrespectful to the police. Just play a goofy. Apologize 100 times. My audio wasn't working today earlier because I'm learning a new system, and I want to thank everybody. Man, where am I joining? I want to thank everybody that sent me a cash app, you know, to look out to help me build this studio. And, you know, you know, right here. We got, you know, Robert Rosenberg, you know, Robert Camp, what's this? Anita Cunningham, Van Tatum, Alan Johnson, you know, John Nixon, you know, William Ing, you know, Arthur White, you know, First, Joshua, Eddie Paul, Manuel, what's this? Quick 527. You know, I want to thank all y'all for the donation. That's how I got this new system that I'm trying to figure out how to work. But when they put in the comments today, go back and look. When they put in the comments today, I didn't try and justify why, you know, it had the audio playing from the video that I was trying to use in the back as a backdrop. I just said, my bag. That ends it. My bag. Because it is my bag. If they pull you over for going through the turnstile, you just say, my bag. It's your bag because you tried to get slick. They pull you over for driving without a license. You say, my bag. I forgot my license. They pull you over for jaywalking. You say, my bag. I didn't feel like walking all the way to the light, but I should have done it, and I'll do it next time, officer. Just say, my bag. I apologize to everybody for the videos that wasn't right because of the audio, but like I said, I'm upgrading the system, and I'm not trying to have to keep having somebody here every time I do a video because the system is in my crib, and whenever I feel like it, I bring my black ass downstairs, and I drop a video if I got a thought in my mind or something I want to share with you. And I don't need to have to wait till the homie come or the engineer come to, you know, to run this. So I learned how to do it myself, and I got trial and error, and I make mistakes, and I apologize for all of y'all. Well, to all of y'all before the rat bastards say that I said for you, like you did something wrong. You did nothing wrong but tune in to the gangster channel, and the audio wasn't right. And the gangster just said, my bad. I apologize. That's what it's about. being human and taking responsibilities for your own actions and keeping it 100. Just remember, the NYPD has recruited New York State troopers and National Guards to crack down and target, fare beaters in the subway, and that opens the door for the stop and frisk legitimately, and you don't want them to be all in your business. And you don't want to be late to where you're going. But if they stop you, play a goofy. Share this video with everyone you know so they understand. Subscribe. The Cash App is on the screen. Make sure I don't use my picture on the logo. So if you see my picture, it's not me. Because they so slick, they figure that, people go there, they see, Unique's picture, so they're going to send the money because they think it's you. No, I don't use my picture. Hit the logo, make sure it say was created in 2020, and make sure my name is spelled right, because Cash App is so crooked that you can't even report that someone duplicated your joint because they drag you around a ringer for months and still don't do nothing. How hard is it to say, look, somebody used my same name and they putting a 1 to make it look like me and they using my picture? That's fraud. That's identity theft. They say, we'll look into it. We'll let you know in 7 to 15. They play these games. That's how they play a goofy. Everyone play a goofy to get over. Cash App play a goofy. I think it's Cash App that really creating these accounts with these dudes and allowing them to do it, because either way they're going to make their money, so they don't really give a crap about protecting my money or your money. But that's what it is, man. This is, like I said, a slick way to crack down on the stop and frisk. Remember that. People used to sleep in the subway. Matter of fact, I'm going to go down to 42nd Street, right? I remember I got homies, because we used to sell drugs down on 42nd Street. Not proud of it, apologize to my community for, even poisoning them. But, we made more money underground in the subway than we did up on the ground, because all the runaways and everything else was living underground with the rats and the, and the homemade tents. They down there smoking, and as they go up on the ground, make their money, go down the smoking piece to hide in the subway. I'm talking about under the train where the tracks run. That's where you got dudes living at with their tents back in the day. I don't know if it's still there. I'm gonna go down there and see if I still see it down there like that, and I'm gonna report it and bring it to you. But this is what it is, man. Like I said, Unique Mecca Audio, man. Straight gangster channel. You rat bastards. Get some content and stop talking about other people. There's news out there. Stop making up lies about people. Let's keep this 100. Alright?
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What?
Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. Heat back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw in Uptown. They be horn Uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in Uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the root men.